We gonna start this thing off right. Get DJ Tucker in the house tonight. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Just waiting. A few more people to get on before we start this show. The infamous She Shack conversation with the Queen. She'll be here. You know, with me, of course. Come by every now and then. See how things going. Come by every now and then. Hope everybody having a good day, good morning, good evening. Since we got people from all over the world, Dubai, Africa, Europe, Philly, New Orleans. You know, New Orleans is not in Louisiana. Louisiana is in New Orleans. For those who really want to know, you know. But invite a friend to invite a friend to invite a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on in and check us out. The Queen will be down here. She looking fabulous as always. She like making her grand entrance, you know. So y'all stuck with me until then, you know. But it's good. We'll be all right. I heard she got a good topic, fun topic, I guess. Talk about some current events. Uh, guess I can say some shout outs since I'm the only one here. Oh, y'all like my little socks? You gotta coordinate. You gotta coordinate. Sound like I hear the Queen coming now. So, hey baby, how you doing?
Who you talking to?
I'm on live. It's 7 o'clock. So we getting everybody in. Just waiting.
Well, that's cool. Give everybody a chance to get on.
Huh?
I said that's cool. Give everybody a chance to get on.
Right.
I had a little wardrobe hang up.
You had a wardrobe hang up.
Yep.
All right.
Now when I get famous,
You
I'll
have
have
somebody to put it on you?
somebody to handle these kind of situations for me.
Shit.
But right now,
How
until
about
then,
that?
it's on me.
Well, you know, gotta make it do what it do.
Facts.
Yeah. Shout out to Holly Grove 17, New Orleans. You know what it is. JFK, Southern, SU, in the house.
I don't have no problem with you showing
It's
your
it's
alma mater some love.
it's a
But I'm gonna need you to understand that
it's a pre-show.
it's a what?
It's a warm up until you get here. So
It's a what?
anyway, Alphas all day 06. Much love. So
How many
shouting
times I
out.
gotta tell you this is not your show?
Shout out to the Crazy Octaves. You know, much love. She says it's not my show. Okay. I'm the only one sitting here. It's mine right now. When she sit down, it'll be hers. But I'll be back. Yeah.
One second.
She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. Oh, we on YouTube. live. Are we YouTube live? No, not yet. But we on YouTube, uh, Facebook, Instagram, Conversation with the Queen. So she looking good, looking like one of the.
Okay.
Ooh, here she come.
Hey, everybody!
Oh, you need a mic. You need a mic. You talk loud enough. You really don't need one. Loud as you talk.
Hey! Hey, everybody! Welcome to the She Shack!
Before we start, you got your tablet or whatever, right? Charging it?
Yes.
You could do Facebook on there. This is Instagram.
Okay. Here.
Okay, I guess I'm running the whole show. 9%. Oh, they won't last long.
Oh, it's been charging too.
Well, give me the plug behind that.
Good evening, She Shackers. How y'all doing? Welcome to the She Shack. I am so happy to see everybody already tuned in and ready to go. Happy Thankful Tuesday. Oh my God, we have so many wonderful things to be thankful for. And I'm going to start with just saying I am thankful for all of you. We have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. We're going to be talking about a hot and interesting topic, and it is what is that? Device added.
Ah, that's just it thing. All right, well, guess I can't use that device. It popped up on everything.
Just say okay. That's all. It's just letting you know that you connected another voice. There we go. I am so thankful to have all of you join with us tonight here in the She Shack. We have a hot topic lined up for you, and we talking about relationships and about love. And the question is, do love distract your goals? Like, if you get into a new somebody, you got something, nice and fresh going on. Maybe y'all connected at first sight, attracted to one another, and y'all are dating, you hanging out, you having a good time, and it seems like all the things that you was focused on before you start getting into this relationship maybe fell to the wayside a little bit and distracted you. So the question is, do love get in the way of your goals? Can it actually come to a point that you no longer even worried about your goals and now you're completely focused on your partner? I mean, let's talk about this tonight. I cannot wait for us to unpack this topic. So before we get too far into the topic, um, we got Mr. Trench here with us in the She Shack.
Oh, she introduced me. Oh.
We got Mr. Trench in the She Shack tonight.
Yes, I am.
And before we jump into the topic, I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that's going on. Like, just some stuff that's going on. Sure, right. How you doing? How was your day?
I'm always Gucci. You know that. I'm always good.
Did you get a chance to see American Idol?
No, I did not.
You missed a treat.
Why? What I missed? I'm not into American Idol. I'm sorry.
I typically listen. Typically, it's not like one of my shows that I kind of like watch, but I was cleaning and it was on, and so I just kind of like glanced, by a couple times. But they had some amazing individuals on there on Sunday.
What
it was a girl, Sarah. I think her name is Sarah. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but she sang a Lionel Richie song, and Hello, and
was she white or black?
She was a white girl. Very soulful though, and she's from LA, and she did. I'm talking about. I for a minute forgot that it was Lionel Richie's song. Like, she did a spectacular job.
Hey, don't
spectacular.
Give Frat his credit. That was the Alpha Man, Lionel Richie. A
Listen, even Lionel Richie gave her props.
Okay.
He said, although he wrote the song and he sang the song, she owned it in that moment and made it her song, and it sounded amazing.
That's what the artist's supposed to do. Yeah,
And then that's exactly what they said. And then there was another artist from Harlem. She had a unique name, beautiful girl, big old curly, like afro kind of hair. She sounded a lot like Miss Chalet from back in the day.
The high pitched voice.
Oh my God, blew it away. So
she sang with the high pitched voice too.
Oh, she blew it away. It was amazing. So I don't know. It's gonna be I think they're gonna have I think it's gonna be a show worth watching.
Oh, it's almost the end.
They're still doing auditions. Yeah.
Oh, it's auditions.
This was auditions. And then so unfortunately in the news, you heard about the 14-year-old that was killed over in Philadelphia.
No, they
shot twice in the chest.
Which 14-year-old? They got some 14-year-olds died in Philly.
It was 9 shootings. I think this was like on Sunday night.
Was this over the weekend?
Yes, and I like
Philly is rough, man.
But I really think it's time for us to kind of like tune into the younger adults and find out what it is that we're missing. Like, why are we losing so many of our
I'll tell you what they missing.
Kids. It's kids.
What they missing is something called rawhide. A nice slick leather strip about that long. They need some ass whoopings. That's what they need. The kids get some ass whoopings.
I think that's not the same kind of generation. Like it's not like how when we grew up. So it's not the same. And I think that's the misconception that a lot of in our generation have, that if you can just, you miss the mark of you trying to like chastise a 16, 17. You missed the mark on that. You missed that.
Yeah.
But I do think it is important that we absolutely kind of try to get in tune and find out exactly what's going on with our kids.
Right. Well,
sound like we got someone.
Oh, well, it's been real. My time is up.
Can you please just?
God be good.
That's not what we doing.
Godspeed.
That's not what we doing.
Huh?
That's not how we handling it.
I'm not out of here?
No, you're not.
Oh, man.
You just.
I thought I was out of here.
Just move the tablet and now it'll be all 3
hours. Oh, man. Damn. Well, guess I ain't going nowhere. You stuck with me a little while longer. But baby ain't gonna be in
So we're gonna take a pause, guys, because the co-host just showed up right in the middle of live. We started 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock ish.
We started 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock ish, because I was the only one here at 7 o'clock.
I'm gonna need you to stop walking in front of these cameras. I'm sorry. I certainly need you to stop walking in front of the camera. Like, where you get that dress?
Hey, tell her again.
Stop walking in front of the camera, please.
All right. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Caleb. Look, that's a glass down there.
Okay. The more I keep trying to put this thing together and make it a more professional look, I swear to beans, they just determined to make it.
Just keep rolling. You got your phone?
I'm just over it. But anyway, we're gonna keep it rolling. Hey baby, how you doing? We're live, like live.
Yeah, we ain't never stopped.
It's right there. Go back. Somebody please come rescue me right now. Please.
Don't even worry about it, Caleb. Just go upstairs, close the door.
You know what? I'll wait for y'all. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Well, hello, Facebook family. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm glad I'm here. Thank you, Jesus. I like that dress you got on, baby.
Don't you look good?
You look kind of handsome yourself.
Don't I say it again. Shut your mouth.
All right, we're going to try this one more time. Every She Shack, I swear, I'll tell y'all, I put a lot of effort into this. So this is going to be retake all over. Happy Thankful Tuesday, She Shackers. We are right in the middle of getting ready to have a conversation. I don't even know if she's prepared for the conversation. Although I sent the information. Let me just tell y'all, I sent them both information about what we was gonna be talking about. They know what time we was gonna be going on. And I can guarantee you neither one of them is prepared for the talk tonight.
I'm always ready. I'm always ready.
I'm the backup plan.
Let's roll.
What's the topic?
Do love get in the way of goals? Something
No,
like
not
that.
you, because you just that's the topic. Just throw it. Thank you, sweetheart.
That's upstairs.
You might as well have spoke.
You go on Facebook.
Anyway, so the topic of tonight's discussion is, do love get in the way of your goals? So I used an example, maybe you have been off the dating scene for a while and now you're into the dating scene and you meet somebody and you think that they are absolutely fantastically fabulous. And they have
That's your co-host. I've been fired, so it ain't me. Get a round of applause to the co-host. I'm about to want to get in trouble today. It ain't me. Ah, ha, ha. Praise God. Praise God.
So, when y'all see these posts on Instagram and on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on Twitter that say, wouldn't you like to be my guest in the She Shack? Come save me. Can you help the sister out a little bit? Anyway, this is how it goes on in the She Shack. You never know who gonna show up, how it's gonna happen, if he's gonna walk in front of the camera or not, if she's gonna be watching us on FaceTime, on Facebook, or whatever with the voices in the background. It's listen. I don't know. This is just kind of how it go down in the She Shack, but I do believe that we have some interesting conversation to have. We was talking about what was going on in Philadelphia, the disconnection between the younger generation and the older generation. Obviously, there's a disconnection, like total disconnection. Feel that we are not reaching them with whatever tactics that's being put out there to kind of reduce the increased amount of crime that we're seeing in our community. And these are our children, these are our fathers and mothers, and we losing them. So I think we need to kind of like find a way that we can talk to them or let them talk to us, and I think we've been doing all the talking.
Well, like I said, we've been talking with our mouths. We need to pull that belt out, put some straps, put some cow hide on that raw hide, and it'll be all right. It'll be straightened out. But if I don't. It's babies raising babies, so they don't have no structure, so they out there doing whatever. And then you got the streets. That's the big issue. Now I'm thinking to be talking about it. You got the street so-called bullies or whatever teaching these knuckleheads the so-called game of hustling, but what they're doing is that they also telling them that while they minors, they get in trouble, they getting minor charges, and it don't goes over to as like an adult charge, so they're able to get away with the crime for less stuff. So that's why you got a lot of minors cutting up and acting like they're grown and doing these crazy things. But I think it's more people got to get on the streets and be present and walk around and show that now you ain't doing the stupid stuff on the streets. It'll stop it. But the problem is you don't got a lot of people that want to get on the streets and walk the streets. That'll change the whole thing. Even back in the day when they call it the Black Panthers and everybody else and the uh the Muslims, Nation of Islam, whatever people, they was present. You saw them on the streets, walking the streets. Besides just talking, don't do this, don't do that. They walk the streets, so you won't be a knucklehead. Won't be coming around the streets to cause ruckus.
So do you think that we as communities like pillars in the community, like the churches and different what they have community centers and things like that. So do you feel like as a unit we're actually failing the children because we are not present, that we're not actively involved, like in the times where
No,
we saw during those back in the day during the civil rights movement and all of those type of things where you saw there was more present, like we seem to be having more unification and taking more accountability for what was going on in our communities versus now it just seemed like
But
it's different.
you gotta you you can't really compare back in the day to today's society. Number one, a lot of times back in the day, you had two parents in the home. One parent worked, the other parent stayed home. There was no accountability, and um, there was
because we ain't having that. She up here
and
whispering and stuff.
with the parent in the home, you had more discipline and stuff. But in today's society, a lot of times you only have one parent in the home, and that parent a lot of times is working two jobs because the things are so high and out of control that they have to work two jobs just to survive.
So you think because we're dealing with so many single parents, not just single mothers, it could be single dads too, single parent period, that is the reason why we seeing such a high increase in crime?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that is a contributing factor because there is nobody there
I'm,
to watch the children.
all my single
They are
single
watching themselves.
all my single parents. I'm gonna slide on this side a little bit.
No, you can slide any
Yeah,
way you
because
want
and
to
the reason why I
because
say
I was a single parent. Okay, I was a
You
single
know,
parent. All right, for a period of time, I was a single parent, and I was working two jobs. But fortunately for me, I found someone that I could entrust at least I thought I did, entrust my kids to, so I could work. Sometimes that is not the case.
well,
Whereas,
sometimes the people that you are trusting to do your kids
didn't
and
I
take
say
care of
at
your
the
kids,
time I
but
thought I
I don't.
did?
I mean, I
But I'm not saying that is the total reason. I'm saying that is a contributing factor.
well, I think that there's been single parent homes. Maybe there's more now than they were, 20 years ago. But I disagree with that.
I'm telling
I
you,
disagree with that. I disagree with
well,
that.
I mean,
If you a true parent that's involved in your child's life, listen. You know what you have to do. The rules were set. What you had to go to school when you went from school. What you had to do. This and that and the third. Even though
how
you was
many?
a single parent, we still knew what we had to do.
But
I
how
understand
many
that.
people? How many people you saw in the news when they kid gets shot or their kid get killed or their kid did the killing? They single parent be like, my child was a great child. He didn't do nothing, this and all that. But the streets know that kid was a ruckus, was tearing up the
Everybody
stone.
think they have great kids, even when their kids is bad. Like
Not me. My kids are horrible. All four of them.
I don't know what for he talking about.
All four of them are horrible. They
No,
come on, they didn't know. I
no,
love them to death, but they horrible.
And
no.
then, and I have to agree with some of what Jermaine was saying too, because my cousin, I ain't gonna call no name, but he's my cousin, drug dealer, out there in the streets, big time, and he was using minor children to do his deeds. And the reason why he was using the minor children to do his deeds is because the same deed that those kids did, he would have got 15 to life. Those children would have go to juvenile detention.
So y'all think that's the reason why we seeing so many children like being
Yeah,
like
because
it's
who's
almost every
controlling?
day.
Because who's actually controlling or governing the streets? They all they was when I say they, I don't even put a name on it. Them white folks knew what they was doing when they was saying, let's arrest this guy and that guy, get these black guys off the streets, because they know that eventually these kids gonna start raising their own self, because they just gonna mimic these movies on how they was hustling and how they ruthless they was and everything else. Because now you got kids raising themselves in the streets, which is crazier than kids raising themselves to do right at home with a single parent.
I know that's the truth because I remember one night, honey, I was coming home from work. I'll never forget this. And this little baby, because he baby couldn't have been no more, maybe 5, 6 at the most. I give him 7. And I was coming home from work. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and I was like, baby, what you doing out here in these streets this time of night? That little boy cussed me from head to toe, and from I was so shocked and outdone I couldn't do that. And when he got to town, I said, well, you look. I was like, wow, okay. He out here in these streets. It's like 12 o'clock at night.
This is definitely a heavy topic. I think that we were gonna need like a whole show
But you know
to
what?
like
But
really
yeah,
This
that's
ain't
unpack.
what you
true.
do. What you
No,
No,
this
well,
ain't. This is
no.
not what it's
So
all about. But let me just say this: I'm not saying that it's all kids because it's not. It's not all kids. I can tell you it's some kids that was living in the dead of the ghetto. There are school teachers and doctors and lawyers and candy stick makers and doing well in life. Okay, brought up hard, but they doing well in life, and the streets didn't swallow them up.
I
Okay,
understand. I mean,
but then again,
I
you got
understand that.
those that the streets swallow up. You got though, and I think the reason why we concentrate on it so is because it's in the news and it's slapping us in the face every day, all day long. It's a lot of positive things going on in our community to help our black children. Okay,
We're not nobody
so
we're not
I'm just
disputing
saying,
that,
I'm not
but
disputing
but
it.
the truth is what they are.
I know the
Like
truth is
we
what they
are
are. Every time you
losing
turn on the news, you got this 14-year
children.
old kid that got killed. You got a 2-year
I'm
old
not
that
just
got
talking about,
shot.
you don't have to go to the news. You can just take a ride down the road and you can see how things are different.
Yeah, of course they are. They are very
So
different. Of course they're different. They're
we
different and
gonna
they're difficult
we
and they're
gonna
hard.
we are going to have this discussion, this part at a later time because it's going to go all the way into
Now, to
a
answer
whole
your
different thing.
question, do
But
I
that's
think
not.
love detect me from my goal?
You want to sit right
No, go ahead.
y'all co-hosts. I'm a guest. My name is Guest Trench. I'm here for only for a short period of time. God bless you.
here?
Praise
It's a
God.
mess. I'll tell you. But we really spent a little bit more time than I wanted us to spend on actually discussing it. It's just something that obviously that was happening in the news over the
Mhm.
weekend.
Mhm.
Um, I, whatever the tactics are, whatever the reasons that things are the way that they are, from the way it looks, I mean, yes, there's a lot of great things happening, but we're still losing a lot of children. Um, that's another generation. And some kind of way, as adults, um, older, we have to find a way to reach them. If not, I mean, I understand that there's always going to be ones that's just going to choose that life and that's what they want. But then there's others that's forced into situations. There's others that's innocent bystanders. But at the end of the day, the point is whatever it is that you can do, if it's volunteering some time to go and talk to some troubled children, or just just what is that? The brother, the big brother, big sister, being a mentor, anything that you can do that can remotely make a difference. I think that's what we should do as brown skin, black, whatever y'all want to call it. I identify myself as a black woman. And in our black community, some people say, well, it's black is a color, it's not a culture. However you want to call it, we have a responsibility, just like we have villages
What is
when
this
we were
something?
coming up,
Hmm?
you have villages for the next
Wow.
one. And if we don't do that, we are failing our children. So we have a show that's lined up further down the line where we're gonna talk a little bit more about things that influence behaviors and especially with our younger people, but we that's for another day.
And I don't think the church got anything to do with this.
I'm definitely not feeding into that. So I'm definitely, I'm
Well,
definitely,
you
I'm
know
definitely
what?
not gonna, I'm
When we
definitely
was
not gonna
at
feed into
we was
that.
at this other when I was attending this other church, he
She
used
trying
to
to say
say,
something.
We are not about to go
he
there.
said,
Like
if you
we
think you're
are
gonna
not
create
getting
a
ready to
time,
talk.
go to the church. Church doors
We are
always
not.
open.
So they are over here gonna have a sidebar conversation. We're gonna look into the chats and find out how do people feel about love being a distraction to their goals, and if in
How do you
fact
feel about it?
and if in fact, if you agree that love is a distraction, what are some things that you can do to get back on track? Now, I did a little bit of research on this to find out what were therapists, life coaches, psychologists, whatever. What was their point of view on it? That camera looked like it needs to be cleaned.
Oh, excuse me. We can't act up, but you can.
Yeah, it's my show.
Oh,
That's not fair.
oh,
Yeah, I can act
she
up.
gonna pull her collar, huh? Ain't that something? She pulling her
I'm
collar.
just saying it looked a little fuzzy. So, anywho, have you ever been in a situation where love distracted you from your goals?
No, not particularly. I don't think. I don't think. I don't think. No, not particularly. I can tell you, love had a lot to do with me accomplishing some of the things that I wanted to accomplish.
That's the same thing.
It didn't distract me from it. It encouraged me to go forward.
Mm.
So you never had a situation where you met somebody and all you was focused on at the time was them. Because I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna disagree.
I wasn't always just focused on them. I know it had came a time in my life that I was involved with a person and I was in school and they didn't want me to go to school.
Not the same thing.
And I was like, this ain't gonna work.
Have you ever been distracted by love? Has it distracted you from your goals?
Well, let me sit up for this answer. Good. That's a good question, might I ask. No.
Because you
Well,
married
you
your
know what, she
distraction,
said,
didn't
because
you?
I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you, and I have absolutely been distracted by love with goals of things that I wanted to do. For to be very honest with you, when I was a young girl and I was dating Tremaine, and we
Man, she was
were
gonna be out like that.
when I was a young girl, young, and I'm dating Tremaine or whatever, I did have some big plans, big, huge, gigantic plans, and a whole bunch of goals that I thought that I was gonna be like, oh, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna do, this, that, and the third. But baby, I was smitten head over heels in love. So I was really focused on our relationship, what we was gonna do together, not necessarily what I was gonna do over here. Babies start being, made and born, whatever the case may be. So love for me, absolutely. Uh, he was my first like real boyfriend, like first time really being in love and all of this. So yes, I will say I have been distracted by love. Yes.
But if you love, as you talk about love for like another person distracting your goals, or just the love, just love period. Because you have
Being in
love.
love with somebody, falling in love in that
You talking about
stage of
somebody
falling
else?
in love with a person, you're in like love, like you're starting like love. You don't just be like, oh, I love you one day. It's a process. You start to feel something different. Y'all spend more time together and all this kind of stuff. And if you spending more time over here, you have to be neglecting something.
Yes, you're always neglecting something when you spend more time with something else. But the idea of love and your goals is it should never. It should be two different two different streets.
Two
I
different
mean,
entities.
yeah, it's different because even though you loving somebody, you still have your goal set where that person you love should not distract you from achieving your goals. That's the way that's supposed to be. But that person you love needs to know that he or she is being distracted of your goal, and he or she will adjust accordingly. But if you loving on someone and your goals being distracted, then that's the issue to be addressed. Making sense?
Yeah.
I don't know what
You
love
making,
is.
yeah,
I
you
don't know
making
what love
perfect
y'all
sense.
experienced. I don't know. Because I know being in love for me was like, my focus was
I'm
with
not
that
saying that I
person.
wasn't focused on the person that
So
I was with.
I'm
What I'm
honestly,
saying to you is he was not a distraction in order for me to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. Because whatever it is I wanted to accomplish was always either in the forefront or in the back of my mind at some point.
I'm not going to say that I didn't accomplish the goals that I wanted to accomplish, but I absolutely was distracted.
Well, that was
Absolutely
you. That don't
was
mean
Right,
that
yeah,
it.
distracted.
no.
Yeah, that was you. That was distracted. That
No.
don't necessarily have to do anything with the next person. That was you that was distracted.
And I believe that I'm not the only person that feel that way.
Well, you
And
probably not.
I'm
And I'm
more than
not
some.
saying that you're not.
I have not met a woman that yet, like when you meet a new boo and y'all hanging out, you no longer got time to go with your friends, or you
Because
got
y'all
you,
That's
emotional
you got no more
different.
people.
time. It's a distraction. You got no more time to hang out. Maybe you and your friends had a stand-in something y'all used to go once a month on a Wednesday, but now you got a boyfriend and you into him. You ain't doing that no more. Maybe you like to go over here and take a dance class or whatever because you were single and you had this extra time, but now you don't.
But that's not a
So
goal.
how you know somebody going to a dance class is not a goal
Because
for
y'all
them?
females emotional creatures.
Excuse me.
Y'all are emotional creatures. That's all. Something come along, y'all. Woo! And that's that.
You gotta go to bed tonight.
Y'all emotional creatures. So y'all gotta make sure y'all stay focused. Focused. You can still be in love with
This is
something.
not just a no woman thing, because there's guys too that fall in love and they focus is making their mate happy or contributing to what
Yes.
what they're building. So
Yes.
I don't know what planet y'all come from, because I
Yes.
know for a fact when you got a new relationship is like a new baby, a new job, or a new anything. You got to nurture it. You got to put time into it. I'm not saying it's a bad distraction,
by
but
you
it's
putting
still, you cannot be telling me that I'm going hard in the paint the way I was going hard in the paint, but I'm dating you. You can't do them both.
so by you
You
putting
just can't do them
time
both.
so by you putting time in nurturing your relationship, it's a distraction on your main goal of your life.
Anything that's taking time away from that and putting it on something else, that's a
Well, I guess
distraction. Not necessarily all distractions are not bad, but
what
it's still a distraction.
in that look, everybody goes through that thing.
Duh. Except for y'all two over here. Y'all ain't never distracted. Y'all ain't never been in love and it distract
I
you
ain't
from
never
nothing.
told you I ain't never been in
I'm in
love.
love right now,
It
baby.
ain't distract you from nothing. That's what
No.
you said.
No, it didn't distract me.
I'm
You
sorry, I disagree.
You
Okay.
distract me every day, so I guess yeah.
Yeah, that dress is distracting too.
Ooh,
That's pretty.
that makeup is phenomenal.
You know what?
Mm.
I'm not doing this tonight. I'm not. I'm truly
Just
not.
just beautiful.
It is. I have to
Ain't she
agree.
gorgeous?
She is. And she,
Distraction
mm,
of the she shack goes.
mm. Nah, I ain't agreeing with that one now. No. But she hitting 1,000 a night, Jack.
Mm-hmm. Almost there. It'd be like that every night, far as I know.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
So
that's his distraction.
Amen.
um
Speechless.
first of all, let me just say this. He ain't distracted no way, no how. Because if he was,
Yeah, he do distract you. Yes, he does. Yes, he do. Yeah.
Mom, your point don't even matter because you're Team Trench on any and everything he does, what he says, how he looks,
I
what he
ain't
dressed.
team nothing. I said
Mom,
you.
yes you are. Yes you are. We might as well just
Oh, you
stop
not
telling
Team
that.
Trench,
Didn't
baby?
you just come from Bible study?
You not
You
Team
just
Trench?
come from Bible study?
What they got to do with the
Well,
present
then
tea in
that
China?
means you might as well stop telling things that's not true and be honest.
I
Tell the
can't.
truth.
I
Oh
said
no, Trench ain't did it. No, that I don't
that
think he
ain't.
did.
What's up with
I
the
gotta
Trench?
talk to him.
Why
and
you
all
on the
this
Trench
and that.
bash? Hold on. Hold on.
Right.
Y'all need Team Trench alone. Lord, what you doing over there?
First of all, I'm her daughter, so I don't know
Uh-huh.
how you be reneging on the play and always over here. Like, I'm confused.
All right,
But
I'm
that
Jackson
ain't what
Trench.
I'm telling you.
And
She bashing me.
ain't nobody bashing you. I'm speaking facts. You don't want to hear the truth.
Well, I asked you what that had to do with the price of tea and China. Because you get distracted yourself.
She gonna put her feet off out.
Mom,
Yeah, baby.
when I was younger and I was dating,
I got that part.
I was distracted.
Okay.
As now, I make decisions of putting things that I want in the back burner for the benefit of my family.
But that's not a distraction.
That's prioritizing.
Say that again.
Sometimes
That's not a distraction. That's
yes, it is.
responsible.
Yes, it
Being
is.
responsible.
Yes, it is, because sometimes other people's emergencies shouldn't necessarily have to be my emergency. So just because you failed to handle your business and be planned and have things according to the way you supposed to, or you supposed to, or I supposed to, now it becomes my burden. It's in my lap now. So now I'm like, okay, well let me start some things around so that I can make sure this happens or make sure that happens. Sometimes it's saying yes because I'm putting out the fire on somebody else's flame. And they look like, oh, well, let me go ask Vet, or let me go ask my mom, or let me go ask my daddy, or let me go ask my girlfriend, because I know she'll do it. Or I know she'll do this or that, or whatever the case may be. So it's not always prioritizing. Sometimes we or fail to plan or fail to do something properly, and we expect other people to help us. Now and then it gets to this. Oh, as soon as you might say no this time, because all the other times you say yes, but this time you say no. All hell break loose. The bridge is on fire. So at the end of the day, it's not always like I make a choice to be distracted. Things that go on with people that you love can distract you from what you want, what you got going on. Because you love them, your heart feel compelled to help them because that's how you feel about them. But does it mean it's not a distraction? No, it's still a distraction.
What's that old saying? Just because your drawers on fire doesn't mean I put water on mine.
I ain't never heard.
I ain't never heard of that.
I ain't never heard.
He's over there by himself.
I ain't never heard of nobody drawers being on fire. How do you know it? You just made that up. You just made that up. That was just like you just came up with that.
Nah. Buddy, you over there by yourself.
You heard it first.
I ain't never heard that. You heard that
before? Oh no.
Yeah. That's true. That's why I never rush for somebody emergency. Because your drawers on fire don't be mine, need water.
That's why I say like this, like when you say is love a distraction? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Some of it is choices that we make when we could say, no, I'm not doing it. And then other times it's like you feel compelled that you have to say yes. But you could have something that you're working on. You could have had a daily goal for that day. But now you're over here compelled to go do whatever for your kids or your mom or your friend or whoever. But it's the love that you have. The love that you have for a person is what drives you to do the things that you do.
In situations like that, love could become like a handicap because sometimes you gotta stop. These people might come to you because they figure you the Mr. Fixer or Miss Fixer, and you go correct whatever they wrong, and they get lazy on trying to do it, so they ain't gonna never fix that situation. So that's why you got to start thinking about, sometimes that love be a handicap. You got to work on that word. No, I can't help you. I got something else to do. Figure it out. I can see if not life or death, then they can figure it out. Damn, it's quiet.
No, I agree with you. Sometimes you have to make the choice to choose you first.
Because if not, everybody keep pulling you.
I think you're supposed to always
pulling you there. You love somebody keep pulling you one way. Even with the kids, they pull you here and pull you there because they know. Well, I ain't gonna. My mama and dad ain't gonna say no. They gonna do it or whatever the case may be. No, learn how to do it. Figure it out. You're not gonna kill yourself. Learn how to do it. I don't got time right now. My priority is this, and that. No, and they learn. Stop handicapping them. Other than that, they'll keep being crippled, coming back home, staying with their parents.
No, see, this is going in a whole nother
Asking for
direction.
cash apps,
You is not
CL,
answering the questions
back
right
home.
now. Now you ain't answering questions now. Now you throwing.
Want to borrow your vehicle?
Sound like you throwing boulders.
Come back and say visit with a suitcase in their hand. I'm just come to say hi.
I can't do him. That's why I love him so. He definitely goes for the throat.
Come visit with empty pans and pots. You know.
Well, sometimes they
Just
be
come by and say
hungry.
hi. I got a pot pan in hand.
Well,
I'll never forget. I had a cousin who went to a family reunion.
uh-oh. Here you go.
Everybody bringing something. She brought empty pots.
Was it Buffy?
Oh, you put names.
Oh, you name call. See, you told me not to speak it. Oh, you told us not to be name calling.
It sounds like something she'll do.
I ain't put no name out there.
Oh, so it wasn't her.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Was that you, girl? Did you come with some empty pots?
Lord.
I know that cousin left with a good dish for 3 days.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you guys for tuning in to the She Shack and hanging in there with us. It is always so much fun. Like, we just like to have great conversation, healthy conversation, just grown sex stuff, see what, different perspectives of, because we definitely have 3 different kinds of perspectives here. We would love to hear from you. So you can always hit us up on Instagram or Facebook. But what I really want to tell y'all is now we have a webpage. I am so excited and proud of our webpage.
Yes,
it is the SheShackLive.com. Our previous website was Conversations with the Queen, and they actually merged together. So if you type in conversationswiththequeen.com or the SheShackLive.com, it'll bring you to the same site. I am so excited about that. So if you haven't had an opportunity, go over there and check us out. See what we're doing. We got some great things planned coming up. We have a book club that's coming up. I cannot wait to discuss this book with you guys. Yeah, so it's going to be A Queen's Book Club. We're starting it on March the 25th is the launch date for the book club. I have a surprise guest too. Nobody knows who it is, and I will let y'all know, but we do have a surprise guest on March the 28th. So I'm also excited about that. So we are really making some plans for things that's going on in the future, and I'm really excited about that. Also, let's not forget that March is Women's Month. March is Women's Month. Let's not forget that. And then tomorrow.
What that mean? What about the men?
Father's Day.
Listen.
I wasn't
going to even go there.
And we got to cook for Father's Day. Ain't that some shit?
Well, it is women, and there have been a lot of great women contributing to even us being able to sit here tonight and have a freedom of being able to be on the show and to talk and things like that.
When is Men's Month?
I have no idea about Men's Month, but we are talking about Women's Month, and tomorrow is International Women's Day. It's tomorrow. So people from all over, and I noticed that we had a couple people hit our site today from India, and we had some people from Canada. I mean, I just wanted to say thank you so much for just being supportive, and allowing the She Shack to be a part of this movement of women being empowered. Not that we don't love our men, because we need y'all too.
I don't follow Yoga, but that's racist. Women's Month, just like Black History Month. Stupid.
Excuse me.
When is Ex-Gender Month?
Who?
Ex-gender month. When is those that don't identify?
Actually, Transgender Day is
I
March
ain't
the
said
30th.
transgender day. I said ex-gender.
What is ex-gender?
That's those that don't want to identify as a male or female, woman or man. When is their month? When they get a month?
Oh,
They
you
define.
upset? You
I
sound a
think
little
they're, I
upset.
think they're included in the LGBT.
I'm appalled.
Cause the men don't have a month.
We don't have a damn month.
Y'all just have a day.
We got it. We got to
But
have
the
it.
thing about if you want to really go there, the reason why we women actually have a month because we had to really fight for rights that y'all was just given because y'all were men. We
Don't
didn't
say
have a
y'all.
right to
Don't say
vote. We
y'all.
had to fight for a right
Don't
to
say
vote
y'all.
because men automatically could vote and women could not.
It ain't y'all.
We didn't have equal pay as women. Men automatically got paid more just because they was a man. So at the end of the day, we deserve to have a month. We might as well. You want to swap it up and give us all the 11 months and y'all take one? Because
Well, first of all, y'all, I ain't part of y'all.
Oh no!
I ain't white.
No! Don't try to backpedal
No,
now.
I ain't white.
No.
That's what it was. The white
It ain't
men
got to do with
had
no
all
white.
that.
It ain't got to do with white. It got to do with white.
Yeah,
It got to do with white.
They got a whole lot.
yeah,
A whole lot.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because the white man, say the white man, say it right. We saw say the white man had this and that. But we couldn't vote like that too for a while.
Men could vote before we could.
No, they couldn't. Not black men.
Men could vote before we could.
We talking about blacks as y'all like using race and all the other stuff.
I don't think we was talking about color. I thought we was talking about gender, and we was talking the difference between women and men. So let's be clear. You always want to go back to color.
What about the
and we're talking about that's what that got to do with the Constantine in China. Absolutely nothing.
That's my word. Ain't that my word?
That don't got nothing to do with anything. And it's not X gender. You need to be corrected. It's size gender, and they can do what they want. They don't need to be.
What do size got to do with male or female?
Exactly. They don't identify as male. I didn't say size like SIZE. Get your ears checked, man.
What you said?
You gonna be politically correct. We gonna get you together on this shisha.
I ain't gonna never be politically correct. That's why I can't run for no office.
I didn't know that.
I just had to laugh. This is funny
as
hell.
What it is. How they come out. You know what I'm talking about.
At the end of the day, like I said, tomorrow's International Women's Day.
Congratulations
to
the women. More power.
Why is that congratulations?
More power.
I think it's an amazing movement that's happening with women. We see them in all walks doing just like no fear. Like they're just out here, they bold, they're brave, they're courageous, and they are doing amazing things. They are doing jobs that typically men was doing. You seeing more women working in construction than you have seen before. You seeing a lot of women in corporate America now and fighting for equal pay. Actually, there is a day set aside about equal pay on March the 14th, and that's a She Shack Day, and we will be talking about that.
I'm all for that.
So I think it's an amazing thing to have women that have paved the way for more women to get into places that typically we weren't able to get into, and or we wouldn't get equal pay. Now I do get that there are some jobs that men maybe like people say that's a man's job. Like back in the day you used to hear a lot about them saying a mechanic was that's a man's job because you get your fingers dirty and all this and that. But there's more women working on diesel trucks and all this kind of stuff. So give our ladies their props. We ain't just single mamas.
You right about that.
Or wives or daughters. Like we are entrepreneurs and business owners. So shout out to the women.
Shout out to the women.
Shout out to the women.
Shut you right on down.
No, I can run this now. I can run this. We don't got enough time for this, but I got.
Oh, I got time.
There's time.
I definitely got time.
Well, I just want to hear what you got to say.
No,
I got time.
No.
I got time.
I would love to hear what you got to say.
No, I want to sleep peaceful tonight.
I got time.
I don't wake up with no bruises on my head, on my shoulder, on my back.
Right, because you voiced your opinion.
Yeah.
The Second
yeah.
Amendment. The Second Amendment don't apply to
She
you.
be beating me at nighttime.
All the family that's watching this, that is not true. He is lying through his teeth. That is not, that's not
You ain't
true.
beating this man.
No, absolutely not. No, listen, I am not a man beater, but I will tell you this. As long as he keep his hands to himself, I'll keep my hands to myself. But that's just the way it is. But we don't got them kind of issues.
I be waking up like, dang, why?
Right, your shoulder hurt.
This is not true. Y'all know
Waking up talking about, I think I woke up with pink eye. Should have elbowed me in the eye.
That is
oh man.
Oh, Lord. Oh wow, man. You be giving
due to past history. Due to past events, I plead the fifth.
Oh, we bringing up old shit.
Oh,
we gonna go there. Family is not true. It's definitely not true at all.
I don't know. I've never been a witness. I've never been a witness. I don't know.
I wonder why I get up so early in the morning, you know.
I thought it was because you had to go to work.
Sometimes I beat the alarm up and she be still sleeping. I'm like, what in the world? Ouch.
Fake news.
Fake news. Is that a Donald Trump movement?
Fake news. Okay.
Donald
Fake
Trump.
news.
Ain't that something?
This some Elon Musk type shit going on here. Not true.
Not Donald Trump. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Fake news.
Yeah, fake news. Absolutely.
Oh Lord.
But yeah. Y'all do need a day. It's a good day coming up. It'll be good. It's great. Much over needed, overdue. I do agree.
You sound like somebody that went to Kennedy.
Ooh. Ooh, she'll do it like that.
Yeah, you sound like someone that went to Kennedy.
Because she ain't had no windows.
That's all right. McDonald 35, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't have no windows.
See, I told you. Oh, the two people had windows. The counselor and the
principal's office.
That's not true.
Nah, at the Hurricane Katrina, they're gonna build another building and put windows up there. Try to be slick.
We had windows.
Oh, they building a new 35?
Where y'all at? We had windows, right? Absolutely. Like I said, he sound like somebody that
I ain't never saw no windows in 35.
Yeah, I know.
We had windows. We had windows. Thank you.
Oh, I just ain't never saw none.
Well, you know, that's a great thing that you didn't have to come to school because I wasn't getting in trouble when I went to school.
Oh, sweetheart, I came to school for you quite often.
I didn't get in trouble at 35.
Oh, we don't want to go there.
I did not get in trouble at 35. I did not.
Well, to change the subject.
I did not. Now, I had quite a few fights and some other stuff down there at Beauregard, but 35 wasn't having that. They didn't play that. When you went to go check Miss Khalees, that ain't had nothing to do with me. That was on your time, on your dime. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
See, and nowadays parents.
I never got suspended when I was in high school.
Parents don't be going to them schools.
No, you know.
Nowadays they don't be going. A lot of parents. A lot of parents don't go to school. Back to what we was talking about at the beginning of this session. A lot of parents ain't going to them schools to check up on their kids. The
schools try to make it like they don't want the kids to go. They don't want parents up in there because. I mean, I know you said we wasn't going to be doing no name dropping and all that, but I'm just going to say what I know to be a fact. Lincoln High School over there in Pennsylvania, they absolutely act like they didn't want the parents there. You had to make an appointment, hit a buzzer, wait 30 minutes for somebody to come see you to make sure it was okay for you to check and see what's going on with your kids in school. It's ridiculous.
Actually, go talking about Philly. Boy, y'all Philly people here, rough over here. Mm.
I'm not talking about Philly people, but I'm most certainly talking about Lincoln High School and people that live in Philly, especially out northeast. Y'all know the Lincoln be on some BS.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know nothing about Lincoln.
Well, mm.
We had a daughter to graduate from there.
Oh, okay.
So it's Women's Month, right? So
Let's talk about this beautiful painting that you got here up on this wall.
Yeah, we did. That is Madam C.J. Walker. I think because she wasn't here when we actually did the painting, I told y'all about my painting right here, Madam C.J. Walker. It was presented to me on February the 14th on the She Shack.
Tell me a little bit about Madam C.J. Walker.
So the short version to a
she was a
long
crook.
story. Short version to a long
As
story.
short as can be.
Typically, I mean, well, if you're going by the movie on Netflix, at the end of the movie, Madam C.J. Walker did say that she stole somebody else's recipe for the hair oil and made millions of dollars off of it.
Oh, I thought she did the hot comb.
So
Mm-mm.
she was not the first person to invent the hot comb, but she was the first person to start pressing out the hair with it
Uh,
and using this hair oil, and women's hair was like really growing. So the story goes that Madam C.J. Walker actually was a salesperson, and she ran into a lady that was a hairdresser, fair-skinned lady, and she had a large clientele, and she was making some hair oil. Madam C.J. Walker wanted to go in cahoots with her to sell the product. She didn't want to go in cahoots with her, so Madam C.J. Walker took the oil, figured out the ingredients was on it, started making it herself. She was not the originator of the ingredients, but she figured out what was in them, and she capitalized off of it and became the first self-made millionaire. So
Woman.
African American woman. So some people say, well, she got her money off of somebody else's buck, but I disagree.
Yeah, me too. I think she
I
was
thought she
just
doing
was
that all
smart.
the time.
Yeah, they do it all the time. They do it with hair products, with music.
And I think once the lady kind of start, um, and actually how she actually find out, the lesson to be learned is be careful who in your camp. Be careful who's in the team. Because what ended up happening was her daughter married a musician who just seemed like he couldn't get right. So she employed him into putting the ingredients to cooking up the ingredients or whatever for the oil. He got tired of her riding his back so much, so he started stealing the information from her, selling it to the competition, who was the person that she actually got the original.
Ingredients from.
Yeah.
And then he launched it. The lady
And
starts
they
getting
patent
her a
it.
lawyer and all this and that. But one day after church, Madam C.J. Walker told her, "Yeah, I just like you don't have nothing else on me. Yeah, I took it, and I made millions of dollars off of it. What I did, what I was asking you to do, and you wouldn't do it."
Can't get mad at her for that.
No, you sure can.
So,
But,
Madam C.J. Walker, I love her.
mm. Well, that was our woman for the this Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we'll be introducing you
Actually,
to
I've been
another woman.
doing quite a few. I did Maya Angelou. I put her on
Mm-hmm.
her page. I also did Chisholm. What's her first name? Mary Chisholm. I had her on there. And she was actually in 1972. She was the first black woman to run for president.
Mm-hmm.
So women have been doing some amazing things over and over and over and over, and we're going to continue to do amazing things. So the one thing I will say is just make sure that we continue to build each other up, not tear each other down, not ridicule one another, not be in conflict with one another. Anything that we can do it in love. This is something that I've also am not only I'm saying it to you, I'm also practicing it. And if you know me, and a lot of my viewers have known me from being in my walk in my career, and you know I have been one spicy chick, like spicy, and was like boop 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 real quick. But when you know better, you actually do better. And so what I know is It's nothing wrong with expressing how you feel, but it's something wrong when you express something of how you feel and it tears somebody else down. So we need to not speak to each other in a tone that will hurt someone else, but we can get our point across without being in conflict.
All
So
right.
That's a good way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
that is how we're gonna end the show tonight. We absolutely always love you guys. Love can be a distraction. It absolutely can be a distraction, and it's okay. It's actually okay. What's not okay is that you allow yourself to be so distracted that you never come back to the center of taking care of you. One thing you cannot do is give out of a half full cup. You have to have what's called overflow. When we ask God to bless us until our cup runneth over, because everything that runs out is what we give. That's our service. Everything that's inside the cup, it belongs to us. It don't go to nobody. So make sure
Say that
that you
again.
keep.
Say it again. Say it again.
So I'm gonna say it one more time. You cannot give out of anything that's empty. You cannot give out of an empty cup. You can't even give out a half full cup because at the end of the day, you still gonna remain to be thirsty. So what you want to be able to give from is your overflow. Remember when we pray and we ask God to bless us until we overflow. When we start to overflow, that means we have to give. We have stuff to give to other people, to be of service to someone else. But if your cup is half full and you constantly pouring out of a half full cup, you running on E and empty. And you're not working to your greatest and your fullest potential. So it's nothing wrong with being distracted. It's nothing wrong with love. Love is a beautiful thing. It's one of the most powerful emotions that we experience. But know that when you giving some attention over here to nurturing a new relationship or nurturing your family, always make sure that you're nurturing you first. Make sure that you're taking care of you so that you can be the best version of you. Okay? So thank y'all for tuning in to the She Shack. If you haven't went over to the YouTube channel, go over there and check us out. Look at some of our old shows. We've been doing this She Shack, guys, for a year. I am so excited that I could just actually dance because I've consistently been consistent for a year. I've showed up here on the She Shack every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday for a year. You right about that.
And every Tuesday, every week, we get better, more informative. We climb higher, and goals are being met. We have our web page, we have our business website, we have our business email, we have our business platform all over social media. So people have seen us. People are seeing us because we are seeing more and more visitors checking us out on our YouTube channels, checking us out on our social media sites, and checking us out now on our SheShack.com live. So if you will be interested in joining our book club, some information will be popping up on social media. Our book is going to be starting out. We're going to kick off on the She Shack on March the 28th. We got something planned for March the 25th. So if you are interested,
You said
just
March 14th too.
March 14th is Equal Pay Day. That's a She Shack Day. That's next week on Tuesday. Um, but just stay tuned. We got some email marketing coming your way. Some of you guys already gonna start seeing text messages coming, social media campaigns, things of that nature. The She Shack is moving, 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 and it's all because of you guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Good night. Bye. Run. Love y'all. Happy Thankful Tuesday.